Live. So, good afternoon and welcome to Key Stage 1 and Early Years Yoga. So, this afternoon we are working on a theme around Easter. So, obviously, we've got Easter coming up this coming weekend and we've got glorious sunny weather. So, we are going to be celebrating all things to do with Easter in our yoga practice this afternoon. So you don't need any particular equipment at home today. If you do have a yoga mat, that would be wonderful. So just find a little space to roll that out. If you think you might like your favourite cuddly toy or a blanket for relaxation towards the end of the class, then make sure you trot off and get those now. So this class is ideally aimed at children between the ages of 4 and 7, but that's not to say that other children can't join us in this yoga class. It's just important that they move carefully, looking after their bodies. If anything feels uncomfortable, then know that they can take a rest or miss bits out if they want to. And otherwise, hopefully we'll get to have a really fun Easter-themed adventure together. So with your mat ready if you have one, or if not, any soft floor space will be fine. Make sure that you've popped off your socks so that you're not going to slip about on the floor surface that you're using. And as I mentioned, make sure you've got a cuddly toy or a blanket ready for relaxation at the end. Okay, so with all of that covered off, let's make a start. So we're going to head over to our mats and find yourself a comfortable seated position. So that might be up on your knees or sitting with your legs crossed. We're going to grow nice and tall through the spine, lifting up through the crown of the head, imagining that golden thread taking you even taller. We're going to start with 3 deep breaths together with the chime. Each time you hear it, big breath in through the nose, smelling the flowers. Big breath out through the mouth, blowing those seeds off of the dandelion. So sitting tall to begin. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to start today by thinking about one of the really key things of Easter, which is the Easter bunny. Now, Easter bunnies have really good sight, a really good sense of hearing, and a really good sense of smell as well. So we're going to embrace some of those things in our warm-up this afternoon. We're going to keep our whole body, including our heads, really still. And we're going to be working on just moving our eyes. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so that you can see my eyes. So the whole body is staying really, really still. And we're just working on exercising our eye muscles. Because no doubt we've been doing our learning at home. We've spent a bit more time looking at screens than we would normally. So we're going to work on making those eyes really get some good exercise this afternoon. Just like bunnies with their really good sense of sight. So, sitting perfectly still and moving just your eyes, we're going to start by looking up towards the ceiling. And then looking over to one side. Looking down towards the floor. And then looking over to the other side. Looking straight ahead of you. And then looking back to that last side. Down to the floor. Off to the other side. And up to the ceiling. Straight back ahead of you. We're going to put that all together, drawing big circles with the eyes, starting by taking the eyes up to the ceiling, then looking all the way around to one side, tracing that circle as you go across and up the other side, back to the top, going back the opposite way, looking to one side, down to the floor, off to the other side, back to the top, looking straight ahead in front of you, and give your eyes lots and lots of blinks. Lovely. And then taking your finger to the tip of your nose, see if you can look straight towards that finger. Keep your eyes on that finger as you move it further away from you, focusing just on your finger. Lovely. Now draw it back in towards your face. Touching your nose. Keep your eyes on that finger. Release the hand down. Give your eyes another few blinks. Wonderful. Now your eyes are all nice and warmed up. So now we're going to be working on our twitchy noses because rabbits have a really strong sense of smell. So again, sitting really still, you're going to see if without touching your face, you can make your nose wiggle and twitch just like a bunny. It's actually harder than you think. Just trying to get that nose to move around. Lovely. Bringing it back nice and still. Now we're going to give our face a little bit of a massage. So taking your fingers, popping them onto your cheeks, just beginning to tap the fingers a little bit like that spring rain that we sometimes get all over the cheek, the chin, the tip of your nose, up across your forehead, coming back down the sides. Pop your fingers on your cheeks, give them a little smush around to make some lovely big circles with your face. Lovely. Super stuff. I'm going to hop back over to my mat because you don't need to see so much what's going on with the face anymore. I'm going to start to warm up into some of the other parts of our body too. Okay. So, coming back to sitting either cross-legged or on your knees, going to take those arms straight out in front of you. Going to lift up the hands really high, give everyone a wave, say hello, hello, and then drop the hands down. Ready, coming back up, give the hands a wave, say hello, hello, and then drop them down. Once more, bring them up, hello, hello, and then dropping them down. Lovely. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart. We'll do some big stretches with our breathing now. As you breathe in, stretching the arms up. Breathing out, back to the heart. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathing out to the heart. Once more, breathing in and out. Lovely. And it's such a beautiful sunny day today. We have to do our sun salutations to celebrate all this lovely sunshine and to finish warming up our bodies. So we're going to see if we can come all the way up to standing, but without putting our hands down on the floor. So you might be able to lift straight up like Phoebe or roll over onto your knee, just as I've done. Lovely. So we're going to stand at the very front end of our mat. I'm going to do a couple of rounds of sun salutations together. If you know the words, please feel free to sing along. So standing nice and tall, hands together in front of the heart. Stretch up high, wait till the sun, hang down low and tickle your toes. Feet jump back just like a frog, bring your belly to the ground. Look up at the sun, now downward dog. Big breath in, and again. Feet jump up just like a frog, hang down low and tickle your toes. Stretch up high, wait till the sun, mountain pose. Ready to go again. Stretch up high, wait till the sun, hang down low, tickle your toes. Feet jump back, just like a frog, belly on the ground, just like a say. Look at the sun, now downward dog, and breathe, and breathe. Ready to hop, feet jump up, just like a frog, hang down low and tickle your toes. Stretch up high, wait till the sun, mountain pose. Lovely job, everybody. Taking a big stretch up high, a big wave to the sun in the sky above you. Releasing the arms down. And as we continue to think about the Easter Bunny, we are going to sing a special Easter Bunny song together, all about sleeping bunnies. So to begin with, we're going to come all the way down to the mat, laying on your back. Imagining that you're a sleeping bunny rabbit, all curled up, fast asleep. Nothing could possibly wake you. See this bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they ill? Up to your feet, bunnies. We're going to hop on one leg. Little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Change legs. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Oh, tired bunnies curling up into rock pose. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they ill? Up to your feet, bunnies, ready to jump. Jump, little bunnies, jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, little bunnies, jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, little bunnies, jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, little bunnies, jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, sleepy bunnies back down to laying on your side. Till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they ill? Up to your feet, bunnies, it's time to skip. Bunnies, skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, little bunnies, skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, little bunnies, skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, little bunnies, skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Heading back down to curl up in your rock pose. As your bunnies head back to sleep. Noticing your breathing. Beginning to slow the breath back down. And then slowly coming up onto your knees. So we practice our bunny rabbit breathing. So just like before, bunny rabbits have twitchy noses. So we're going to practice that twitchy nose with our breath, okay? So to do this, we are going to take 3 short sniffs in through the nose and 1 long sniff out. So I'll show you one and we'll do a few together. So it's going to be, so it's really good for the lungs, this one. If you want to be a bit more bunny rabbit, you can have some paws in front or some rabbit ears on top, your choice. I'm going to take 5 rounds of breath together, starting with 3 sniffs in, 1 out. In. Last one. Lovely, well done, bunnies. So, hopefully the Easter bunny is going to come and visit everybody on Sunday, but he might also be self-isolating like the rest of us. So we are going to imagine that we are that Easter bunny, going around delivering eggs in our basket. So before we head out to deliver our eggs, we need to bring our feet together, taking our legs out wide to make a basket for our eggs. We're going to fill the whole basket up with different eggs. So we're going to stretch to the side, get a handful of eggs and pop them in the basket. Stretch to the other side, get your eggs, pop them in a basket. Stretching up high, popping them into the basket. Now our basket's nice and full with eggs, so we're going to close up the sides of the basket and make sure it's nice and safe before we take it out for delivery. So bringing your arms up overhead to make a handle on your basket. As you breathe in, sit really, really tall. As you breathe out, closing up that basket, fold the body forward. Bring your attention to your breathing. Pausing here as you breathe in and out. In and out. Lovely. Slowly coming back up to seated. And we are now going to move our attention to where we might get some of our eggs from. So, what animal do we think might lay an egg? Yes. Ostrich? Ostriches do lay eggs, but not the sort that we eat very often. What do you think? A bird. What kind of a bird might we have the eggs from? A chicken, that's right. So we've got a lovely chubby chick here called Cup. So we are going to sing a special song about having eggs for our tea. So make sure you've got a little bit of space behind you. So as you do, you're going to make yourself into an egg. So you're going to bring the feet to the floor, hugging your legs in an egg shape. Pausing nice and still. So we start to sing our song. If you know the words, join in. Chick, 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 chicken, lay a little egg for me. Chick, 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 chicken, I want one for my tea. Then rolling your egg down onto your back. I haven't had an egg since Easter, and now it's 3:30. So, chick, 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 chicken, lay a little egg for, lay a little egg for, lay a little egg for me. Lovely. So now as we lay in our nest, our egg begins to hatch. Stretching your arms up, bringing your feet up. Bending the knees, see if you can take hold of your ankles or your feet. As your bird begins to hatch out of its egg, have a little rock from side to side. And then see if you can keep hold of those feet as you rock yourself all the way up to seated. You might find that the feet let go, and that's totally fine. Okay. So now our chick has hatched out of his egg. He's going to begin to try walking for the first time. So we're going to roll over and come onto our toes. So just take a moment with the fingers down to find your balance. Once you think you might be able to balance, bring them to the back of the hips to make some chicken wings. Lovely. And then just begin to explore walking around your space like a little chick. Lovely. So my little chickadees are going to keep doing their walking.
That's what the name of my chicken is.
And they're walking just like our little friend, the chicken here. Okay? So beginning to walk around on your tippy toes. Sometimes the chicks might roll over, but that's okay. So just continuing to explore that movement on your toes. And then dropping back down to sitting on your bottom. Lovely. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is one of my favourite things about Easter, which is eating hot cross buns. But before we can have our hot cross buns, we need to make some. So we're going to start by taking our legs out wide to form a mixing bowl. We're going to start to think about some of the ingredients we might need to be able to make hot cross buns. So let me see if we've got any idea of any ingredients here. Yes. Some eggs, that's a good idea. So we're going to stretch up high to get some eggs out of the fridge and then pop those into the bowl. Don't forget to crack them open. Okay, what else might we need? Yes.
Sugar.
Some sugar, that is a good one. So we're going to reach over to the side, get some sugar and shake it into the bowl. Lovely. Okay, what else might we need?
Flour.
Some flour. So we're going to stretch over to the other side, bringing it in, and again, shake some flour in your bowl. Lovely. Okay, so we still need some more ingredients in our hot cross buns. Have a little think about what else you might need. Yes.
Milk.
Yeah, a little splash of milk. So we're going to get that out of the fridge, turning behind us. Get that heavy bottle of milk out of the fridge and pour some into the bowl. Okay, what else might we need? We've already got some sugar. In a pinch of salt, so bringing your hands in front and pinching some salt into the bowl. Yeah, okay, what else might we need?
Raisins.
Yep, so we're going to need some dried fruit, including some raisins in our hot cross bun. So let's twist round to the other side, get those out of the cupboard, and then sprinkle some of those into our mixture. Okay, lovely. So now we need just one more key ingredient, and it's something we use in bread to help it rise and grow when we make it. Okay, so what are we thinking?
Yeast.
Some yeast, that's right. So we're going to stretch all the way up high because this one's in the back of the cupboard. We don't use it very often. Going to pop it into the bowl, and everything is now ready to be mixed up. So I'm going to bring our hands together to hold our big mixing spoon. Begin to stir the dough. So to begin with, it's probably a little bit stiff and sticky. So we're going to begin stirring slowly. And then as the dough eases, we might start to stir a little quicker, really working into those hips as we stir the ingredients up. Lovely. Okay, stirring back the opposite way, mixing with your spoon. Wonderful. So now that's all mixed up. We're going to need to knead our dough to make it into our bun shape. So bring in one leg in and then the other. And then we're going to squish the dough out nice and flat. Wonderful. Kneading with your hands all the way up and down the legs. Wonderful. So now we're ready to split our buns into separate little pieces and pop them into the oven to bake. So we're going to pop them into the oven by stretching all the way up high and then reaching forwards, placing them in the oven. Pausing here for a moment as your buns begin to cook. So that's the timer and our buns are now ready. So we're going to lift up slowly as we take them out of the oven, popping them onto the side. But before we're allowed to eat them, we need to allow them to cool down. So bringing those arms out in front and beginning to waft, creating a breeze, cooling down our hot cross buns. And now for the best bit of hot cross buns, we're going to eat them all up. So choose the one that looks best from the tray and slop it in your face. Delicious. Okay. So bringing your legs back in, coming to a cross-legged position. We're going to take a few stretches before we ease ourselves into relaxation. So bringing your hands together in front of your heart. As you breathe in, stretching the arms up high. As you breathe out, wrapping your arms around to give yourself a cuddle. Breathing in, stretching up. Breathe out, bring the other arm on top for the cuddle. Breathing in, stretch up. Back to that first side, wrap those arms around. Last one, breathe in, stretch up really high. So you breathe out, cuddling round the opposite way. Lovely, bring those arms out wide. And then bringing your knees back into your chest, just like when we made our egg shape earlier. Hug the legs in as you slowly roll down onto your butt. Keeping those knees hugged into your tummy. And then choosing one leg and stretching it straight up to the sky. Float it back down. Stretch the opposite leg. And float it back down. Stretching both legs together. Bringing them both back down. This time take both legs up high, stretching them out nice and wide. Bringing them back in, hugging them into the knees. And taking just a gentle rock from side to side. Stopping in the center. Slowly bring your feet down to the floor. As you prepare yourself for relaxation, finding any cuddly toys or blankets you may wish to use. And then coming to lay down, ideally on your back would be best here. So laying on your back, if you've got a grown-up nearby, maybe they could help tuck you in if you're using a blanket. And try and find a symmetrical position for your body. Have a little wriggle to be as comfortable as you can be. And then allow yourself to become really still and calm. See if you could close your eyes. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just looking up towards the ceiling. And allowing everything to become completely still. And then bringing to mind your favourite colour, whatever that might be. And imagining an Easter egg, a basket full of Easter eggs, all made of your favourite colour. That basket of eggs begins to empty itself, with an egg arriving above each part of the body. And I'm about to list. The first egg arrives above 1 foot, and then the other foot, above 1 knee, and then the other. An egg arrives above your belly button, one side of your ribs, and the other side of your ribs, above your heart, on top of one shoulder, the same elbow, the wrist, and the hand. Hopping across, an egg appears above your other hand, your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder. An egg appears above your neck, your chin, your nose, your forehead, the very top of your head, your whole body covered with floating, brightly coloured Easter eggs, inviting you to lay still and calm for a few moments longer. Beginning to wriggle your fingers and toes. Hugging your knees in towards your chest, back into that egg shape, and then gently rocking your egg up to seated, growing tall through the body, resting your hands on top of your knees. So we take 3 deep breaths together to close the practice, smelling the flowers and blowing the seeds. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart. As the goodness in me sees the goodness in all of you, we bow our heads. Namaste. So thank you very much for your practice this afternoon. We hope that you enjoyed the class. If you are around, we are running another lesson on Thursday afternoon at 1:30. That will also be an Easter theme, but more designed for the Key Stage 2 children. And all these classes are being run for free here on Facebook. But if you are able and would like to make a donation for any of the classes that you are taking part in, you can do so by hopping over to the website, schoolofchill.com, and using the link from there. But it's all completely optional, and we're happy for you to enjoy these classes for free, should that suit your circumstances better. So if you have any questions or comments, please do send us a message. Otherwise, enjoy the sunshine, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye. Bye.